So today we're looking at how to create a Gantt chart in Microsoft Excel. So a Gantt chart is a way of visually displaying projects, tasks, or activities that have a start and an end date in a visual way to help you to see where overlaps are and where projects start and end. So we have some sample data here, and so we're going to make it display to visually display the start and end dates over here on the right. So let's go ahead and start our setup. We're just going to start by putting in our start date here. And so our first one starts on July 1st. And then we're just going to simply add one day to this until we get to our end date. And so I'm just going to put this formula in here to add one, and then I'm just going to drag it over to the right until we get to the end of our data. And so if we go back over here, our last one is right here on 8/8. And so this is enough data to get us to the end of the project. And so you can go more or less as needed in that way. So let's go ahead and reformat this date just to make this a little bit smaller and easier to see there. Go ahead and center that. I'm going to make this font a little bit smaller as well. And then let's make these a little narrower as well, just so we can see more of this. And so if we scroll over here, let's go ahead and right click and column width. And let's go down to 4. That should be good. Now we can see our whole data range there. So first thing let's do is add our conditional formatting, and then we'll do some quick formatting on this just to make it look a little nicer. So for our initial formatting, I'm going to select these rows and columns here. And so I'm going to go from the start date to the end date, and then our data here. And so I'm going to go ahead and do conditional formatting and create a new rule. And we're going to use this bottom one, use a formula. And then what we're going to do is we need to compare these dates here to our start dates to determine where we want our start formatting to appear. And so in this formula, we're just going to start with equals to start our formula. And then we want to compare the dates in this row starting in G3. And so we'll do G3. However, we want this to keep applying across the board, across the row there, but not go down. And so what we're going to do is actually add a $sign before the 3. And what this will allow the formula to do is to go across, but not down. Otherwise, there's no date below. And then what we're going to do is a simple equals check to our start dates. And so in this case, we want to kind of reverse. We don't want the column to move, and so we'll do $D, and then we'll start here in 5. And then this will then look down through these to see what's going on there. And so now we just need to pick a format here. And so we can pick maybe a green to start and click OK. And now you can see those start dates already popped up on here. So next, let's do our end rule. So we'll do new rule and formula again. And then we're going to do the same thing again for our first date. So it'll be G $3. And then this time we're going to compare against the end one. So we'll do E and 5. And then let's pick another color here. So you can pick whatever color you like. You can do more colors if you want to do your own. And so we'll just pick this one for now. And there are our end dates popping up. And so finally, we want to get our formatting for between the start and the end dates. And so we're going to add one more rule here. And again, the formula. And this time we need to check if this date is between these two. And so what we're going to do here is an and formula. And then we'll start with our G3 is greater than D4. And then G3 is less than E. And this is 5 here. We make sure that this is aligned to the same row number that we're starting with our data. So we want to start in 5. Let's go ahead and check a format. Let's take this light purple one just for now and click OK. And there we go. We can see that we have our start, our end, and then the middle is filled with this light purple. And so you can always pick the colors you like, and if you ever want to adjust, those later on, you can come back here and then edit these rules and change the formatting, change the colors. All right, so let's go ahead and do a little bit more formatting in here to wind this up. And so let's go ahead and add some background colors on these, maybe a darker blue there, white font. And then maybe we'll go a little bit lighter over here and add some bold. And then let's go ahead and add some borders in here. And we'll pick a line color here and then do all borders. And then let's go ahead and maybe I'll do the same thing just crossed here. And then we'll do a different color around the outside. Let's go ahead and change this to a black. And then we can do a thick outside border. Let's go ahead and get rid of the rest of the grid lines just to clean up this view a little bit. And so we're looking pretty good now. So let's just go ahead, add some colors for these sections. Back to home. And so we can just pick the color we like for these backgrounds just to quickly visualize where we're at on this. And then we can go ahead and select these using Control and hit bold on those. At this point, we can just do any cleanup that we would like to do at this point. If we want to make these like that. And you could shorten these date formats if you like. You go here in more number formats. If you want a 2-digit year, for example, you can select that there and center those if you like. And that gives you a little more room, especially if you have more data in here. And then if you also like, you can get rid of this extra column and just start right in. Some people like a little bit of buffer, some people don't. But at this point, we have a working Gantt chart. We have our start and end dates and everything between highlighted over here. So it gives you a quick visual of where each task falls on your schedule. And you can see where they meet up, if they overlap, and so forth. And if you want to take your Microsoft Excel abilities to the next level, make sure to check out the Coefficient add-on to start optimizing your project management and other needs in Microsoft Excel. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.